they'll get it in their all blue, trimmed in tiny white stripes. Working right to left as we see it in the press box at Wildcat Arena, working from the parking lot towards the student section. Long three, no good. Shamar Green comes out of there with his team's first rebound of the ball game. He gives it to Raekwon Watson, who dribbles across the half-court line with 7:35 to go in the opening quarter for the Wildcats' first possession. Raekwon getting a little bit of confusion here as he's talking to Coach Green. Coming off the screen, Watson picks up his dribble. Charlie Taubenheim, open three, no good. And racing the other way comes Cleveland. Here comes number 10. His shot was altered by Taubenheim, and Shamar Green comes out of there with his second rebound of the night. Watson crossing the half-court stripe. A minute into this ball game. With it, right side. Here comes Charlie Taubenheim flashing middle, and he gets a little 8-foot jump shot to go, and they can set up their press. Not super effective as here comes Cleveland. Easy layup on the left side. It's 2-2 with 6:50 to go in the first quarter. Watson back the other way, setting up the offense. He gives it up top to Williams. Cooper thought about a three, gives it inside. And a scoop layup is good from Oak Ridge's Garrett Giles. 4-2 the lead, a minute and a half into this ball game. 6:30 remaining in the first, and Cleveland, they nearly turn it over. They finally break the press, and they got a 2-on-1 break. No look pass, goes out of bounds off the foot of Cooper Williams as he tried to look the other way, but then he threw it right into the shin of big number 35, Cooper Williams. So Cleveland will throw it in on the baseline near the Oak Ridge basket. Cooper Williams got about an 8-inch height advantage on the player throwing the ball in. He's going to make it tough. 3-4. They finally get the ball inside. Spinning, turning as their post player. Layup good. And that's big junior A.J. Westfield. They call him 6'4". I'm not sure if he's quite that tall, but he's a big cat regardless. Inside it goes. Shamar Green, power spin move off the dribble. No good. Here comes the rebound from Oak Ridge. That's no good. There's a scramble for the ball. It's going to be a backcourt. No, it was tipped. Here comes Garrett Giles with it. Wildcats have some numbers now as a couple of Blue Raiders are back on the other end trying to gamble for the steal. They didn't get it, but I'll tell you what they do get, a foul. Garrett Giles was fouled as he drove the other way, hammered, hit the deck hard, but thankfully he's all right. He'll go to the free throw line for two. That was the first foul call to the ball game for either team. Garrett Giles goes to the line with this game tied at 4. Giles' first flick is no good off back rim. As he high fives his teammates, he's out there with Raekwon Watson, Cooper Williams, Charlie Taubenheim, and Shamar Green. Game tied 4-4, 5:56 to go here in the opening quarter. His second free throw is good from Giles. And he gets, I believe, his third point of the ball game. And here comes Cleveland. They've broken the press rather easily so far tonight. Here comes A.J., post player for Cleveland. They're going to swing it back around the rim. They got it inside. And they're just going to stop and pull up 10-foot jumper. No good. Off of Cleveland. It fell out of bounds. He tried to ask for the call, say it was off of Oak Ridge, but everybody in the building knew that one. And the official got it right. Off of Cleveland, so Oak Ridge gets the ball back with 5:38 to go here in the first quarter. Raekwon Watson crosses the midcourt stripe, sets up the offense. Left side, Taubenheim had a three, but he kind of hesitated. Now they get it back inside to Green on the right post. Turns, spins into some contact, steps through it, and layups off the mark, no good. Nice offensive possession, just could not get the tough layup to fall. Cleveland back with it the other way. In the corner with it is D. Lovelace. Back up top is senior 6'2" McGuire Evans, who's getting instructions from Cleveland's head coach. And now they've got it with Ndegwa. Ndegwa driving left side over Shamar Green, and what a finish from Ndegwa. Ndegwa just kind of flipped it off there. I'm not even sure he was leaving quite facing the basket, but he got the acrobatic play. Here comes a steal from Cleveland. Nearly turned the ball over, but here's Abe Reinhold with it. Reinhold going up through contact. I think it's the right call. Garrett Giles doesn't like it, but I think he got him initially. He blocked the shot clean, but initially there was a bump down low, and I think that's what they're going to call him for. That'll be his first, Oak Ridge's team first foul. And Cleveland goes to the line trying to extend their lead. It's 6-5 right now with 4:41 to go in the first quarter. Reinhold's free throw is up and no good, and he'll go to the line for a second one. Coach Green barking out instructions for the next upcoming offensive possession as Reinhold's second free throw is good. He goes 1 for 2 from the line. And Cleveland holds a 7-5 lead with 4:37 to go in the opening quarter of play. Giles, wide open three. He thinks about it, decides to fire. No good. Shamar Green, a monster on the glass. He puts it up. He's fouled. It's good. Shamar Green, easily his third or fourth rebound of the ball game. That one an offensive rebound. He's hammered in the head, but it didn't affect the shot. It goes in, and he goes to the free throw line for a chance at an and one opportunity. He ties the ball game up with that shot. They could take the lead if he converts the free throw. Shamar Green fires away, in and out, no good. The rebound was touched by Cleveland, but it went out of bounds as he couldn't corral it. So Oak Ridge will get a chance to add to it here on this possession as they take the ball out underneath the Cleveland basket. Throwing it in is Watson. Watson to Cooper Williams. Up top, thought about a three. He's going to fire inside to Watson, over to Toppenheim. Back to Watson. Up top, long off the mark, no good. And here comes Ndegwa with the ball for Cleveland. Blue Raiders, and they're all blue uniforms trimmed in white. Ndegwa, long three, good. Over Garrett Giles, who just kind of has to clap his hands and say, tough shot. Sometimes good shot makers just make shot. I've been very impressed with what I've seen from Ndegwa. Not impressed on that pass. This is an Oak Ridge turnover. Here comes Reinhold, begs for a foul, gets it, and that's going to be 2 quick fouls on Garrett Giles. So he fought foul trouble all last week, a week ago, on Monday in a game against Clinton. And it looks like he's tracking for that same type of game here tonight as 2 quick free throw or fouls for Garrett Giles. He'll come out of the ball game, into the ball game. Oak Ridge's first substitution tonight. That will be number 0, the 6'1", 170-pound sophomore guard, Ethan James. Reinhold hits the 2 free throws, and the biggest lead of the night for either team is 5 for Cleveland. 12-7 the score, 3:52 to play in the opening quarter. Watson across the half-court mark, launches a 3, no good, and a strong rebound for Cleveland. And here they go back the other way. Cleveland, players just out of control. He spins, gets it stripped, and Toppenheim comes out of there with the steal. Quickly up court comes Watson. Watson, left side layup, his shot's deflected, no good. And here comes a potential dunk opportunity for Cleveland. They don't. A finger roll layup was forced as Ethan James ran there to make it at least a tougher attempt, but the shot was good. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Coach Green wants to talk about it, and we'll talk about it. It's 14-7. Cleveland has busted out to this big lead. Titus, this game's certainly more competitive than the girls' game that we watched early on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think we just need to stay out of foul trouble, to be honest. I don't really know.
You're a baseball player. What do you know about Cleveland's baseball program?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Titus, you're supposed to help me out here.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right, buddy. He is helping us out by doing camera. He does camera so often for us, not just in football season, as you'll see right now, basketball season, if you're watching the replay, as we are not streaming video, just the audio tonight, but you can catch the replay later on YouTube. Out of the timeout, let's see what Coach Green draws up. Toppenheim with it. They get it into Green. Shamar Green being held. No call. They finally call it, and he gets the bucket to go. They can't stop Shamar underneath. Shamar Green off to a hot start. So he brings the Cleveland lead. He cuts it down to 5 with 3:17 to go in the first quarter. Here comes Green at the line. A chance of his second three-point play of the ball game, the old-fashioned way. He converts. Lead down to 4 for Cleveland. Quickly off the inbound, they're going to go the other way. Up top with it is Tim Matthews, a 6'5" senior guard. Good-looking athlete here. Some bounce in his step. He's very fast off the dribble. He's not going anywhere, though, as Cooper Williams and Shamar Green have him tied up at the top of the key. 5-second count was on. He finally catches it away. Here comes Ndegwu with it. Ndegwu checks to the bench. He's going to listen to coach, throw up a shot. Short was the runner. Who comes out of there with it? There's bodies hitting the floor, but Charlie Toppenheim, number 12, comes out of there with it for Oak Ridge. Here comes Toppenheim the other way. Racing, stops, tipped away by Ndegwu as Charlie Toppenheim tried a cross-court pass to Raekwon Watson. Ndegwu, too athletic. He was not going to let that one get through cleanly. As Reggie Tucker boisterous on the sideline, the coach for Cleveland, doing a nice job. His team up 4 so far. Into the ball game for the first time tonight, Malik Howard. Oak Ridge turns it over. Howard threw it to Watson. Watson couldn't quite corral it. He took one dribble on the Oak Ridge, or in the front court, and as he tried to corral the loose ball, he just didn't quite have control, and his foot slipped over the backcourt line, and that's a turnover, a backcourt violation turnover for the Wildcats. Here comes Cleveland leading 14-10, 2:24 to go in the first quarter, and it's going to be a double dribble. Cleveland player not happy about it, but they're going to get him called with the double dribble, so it'll be a turnover. Back-to-back turnovers, one for each team, and Oak Ridge, the beneficiary of that one, they're going to get the ball back here. Watson into the front court, gives it to Howard, left side to James. James inside to Cooper Williams, who's going to be double teamed. Are they going to call a block? They are. Cooper Williams' bucket was good. They should count that, and the foul. We'll see. They do say count the bucket, so Oak Ridge cuts the lead down to 2, with a chance to cut it to 1 if Cooper, a reliable free throw shooter, can hit this free throw opportunity. Does he hit it? He hits it. 14-13, the lead cut to 1 for Cleveland as they lead it here early on. 2:10 to go in the first quarter for the Wildcat Arena. This Tuesday night matchup, warm, cloudy, kind of rainy, dreary past couple of days here in mid-December. But inside the Wildcat Arena, it has been a burner tonight. Lots of good shooting from the Wildcats, both girls and guys, and this one's a good one early on. Here comes Cleveland, driving against Howard. Nice pass to Reinhardt. Shot was blocked, but they're going to get Cooper with the foul on the head. Cooper doesn't argue that one, so I won't either. That'll be Cooper's first foul. That will be the team third foul for the Wildcats. Cleveland has 14 fouls. The next time they foul, it'll be double bonus time for the Wildcats. Reinhardt, in the meantime, goes to the free throw line. His team leading 14-13 with 1:48 to go in the first quarter. He misses the front end, and that's a couple times he's missed at the free throw line early on. I was pronouncing his name Reinhardt, excuse me. That's my mistake. It's Abe Reinhold, 6'5" junior, tall post player. Got some spring in his step as well. He does hit the second one, gives them a 15-13 lead. Here comes Watson. 1:42 to play in the first quarter. Here come the Wildcats. James with it. Right side is going to be tipped away by Ndegwu. They try to get it to Watson. He is just rangy. He's not the biggest guy, but he is a terrific perimeter defender. Even just the passes to get to his man are tough. Not to mention his play man-to-man defense. They try to set a screen for him for Cooper Williams. No good. Here comes Ethan James. Inside, turns, reverts the ball back out. Here goes back inside to Cooper Williams. Cooper flushes it down. The layup. Got it off the glass, actually, is what he did. Just nice footwork inside that spin move. There was nobody there after he turned, and it's tied. 15-15. 70 ticks left in the opening quarter. Shot off the mark. Oak Ridge has the rebound. Can they go for the lead? Charlie Taubenheim kicks it up court to James. James has Howard down low. What does he do with it? And they're going to say double dribbled it. That's not the right call. Perhaps he stepped out of bounds. Perhaps he carried it. He did not touch his left hand never came close to the ball. So it can't, factually, it can't be a double dribble if he doesn't touch it with both hands. But they called something, and well, they called the double. I don't know what they actually saw, but regardless, I digress. Turnover, and Cleveland has the ball with 44 seconds to go. 15-15 your score in the opening quarter. Cleveland trying to get something to go. Will they wait for the last shot? We'll see. Ndegwu with it, guarded by Watson and Cooper. Cooper came off, hedged off his man to help. Ethan James now guarding his man, Andrew Moylan, the 5'10 senior, guarding against James. Back to Ndegwu up top. Ndegwu has it, 21 seconds as Coach Tucker barks out the play call. He's saying, I think he wants the last shot. Ndegwu with it, tipped away, nearly stolen by Shamar Green on the left side. 10 seconds now, going against Shamar Green. They're going to throw a pass. Ndegwu, long three on the right side, no good. Who has the rebound? Cooper Williams with 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Watson looks up, checks the clock, launches, no good. Nearly made the three-quarter length shot. What a game we have so far. 15-15 your score. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and we'll be back with second quarter action from the Wildcat Arena. Welcome back to Wildcat Arena. Alex Myers with you. Alongside me, Titus Fetters. David Clary, executively producing tonight's ball game. And Grayson Brown doing bottom camera for us. Titus is multitasking. It looks like he's watching not only the Oak Ridge game, but also what game are you watching?
Pigeon Forge.
Pigeon Forge game. See what interest Titus has for Pigeon Forge. Meanwhile, we're back underway here in the second quarter. Tie ball game, 15-15. Garrett Giles with 2 early fouls had to exit the ball game in the first quarter, but he's back in there in the second. Cleveland, Ndegwu gets a steal, but he steps on the line as soon as he steals and goes to turn. So the Wildcats will get the ball back, luckily. Garrett Giles calls the play, says, somebody move, I guess. And he does get it inside. Here comes Watson, top of the key, kicks it right side. Corner 3 for Cooper, good. A tray ball from tray 5. Cooper Williams gives the Wildcats a lead, 18-15, 7:25 to go here, 35 seconds into the second quarter. Cleveland back the other way, spinning against Shamar Green. Shamar has been Mr. Everything on the boards tonight. A long 3 air ball from Cleveland, excuse me. And here comes Watson the other way. Watson putting some pressure on the defense, backs it down, finds Cooper Williams. Another 3, it's good! Cooper dominant inside at times, and now he's showing his range from the outside. Cooper Williams, 2 threes in a row, and the Wildcats have their biggest lead of the game, 21-15 as Ndegwu kicks it right side. Elbow 3 for Cleveland. They can't answer. Here's the rebound. It's battled for, and they're going to say Raekwon Watson hit it last. So it'll be off the Wildcats. Cleveland will get a substitution in. Wildcats in there right now. Starting lineup. It's Charlie Taubenheim, Shamar Green, Garrett Giles, Cooper Williams, and Raekwon Watson. Inbounding underneath the Oak Ridge basket is Cleveland. They can't get it in. Big Cooper tipped the ball. He steals it. He gets it over to Giles. Giles fumbles it, but passes it to Watson, who lays the ball up. And Cleveland's Coach Tucker has seen enough. 23-15. It's a coach's timeout, so we'll keep it right here, as this won't be a long timeout. Oak Ridge, after that halftime, I don't know what Coach Green said at halftime, or at the end of the first quarter, but whatever he said during that 60-second break must have worked. Say it again, Coach. 23-15, the Wildcats lead. 6:34 to go in the second. As do a quick mic check here. Test 1 2, test 1 2. Here comes Cleveland. 6.5 to play here before half. 23-15 the score. Oak Ridge in the lead. This was tied at 15 at the end of the first quarter. Cleveland has not scored here in the second quarter. They're going to try to on this possession, though. Tim Matthews, scoop shot underneath, good. Here comes Raekwon Watson. Kind of quiet tonight offensively, which is not normal for him. He's going to kick it to the right side, give him the assist. Here comes Charlie Taubenheim, a corner 3. The Wildcats have lit it up. 3 threes in this quarter alone. 2 from Cooper Williams, another from Charlie Taubenheim, the big man getting in on the action. Charlie, you call him a big man. Physically, he's big, but he pretty much plays as a guard. Here comes Tim Matthews. He calls for a screen from his post player underneath. Nice. Blocked by Cooper. It was a nice play design. And A.J. Westfield had what he thought and what I thought was an open layup. That is, until Cooper Williams came streaking down the lane and blocked it out of bounds into the first row. Watch out, cheerleaders. 5:40 to go here, 5:38 to go actually, as Cleveland walks. Raekwon Watson was defending, and he just kind of pulled the proverbial chair out from underneath the Cleveland player as he started leaning on Raekwon, and Raekwon took a step back, and his feet fell out from underneath him. So Coach Green is going to wipe up some sweat off the floor and give some instructions while he's out as well. I don't know. Coach Green doesn't know why, but he just tossed Cooper the towel. Cooper laughs. Coach Green shakes his head, and we're back in action here from the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge up 26-17 in the second quarter. Cooper Williams with it. Top of the key to Shamar Green. Right elbow, it goes to Raekwon Watson. He wants to get into Cooper. He does. Cooper guarded nicely by Westfield. Westfield tips it out of bounds. Can't control it, though. But a nice play from A.J. Westfield, the junior, to tip that one out of bounds. Because once Cooper gets the ball inside, pretty darn hard to stop him. Well wishes to Mike Sheehan, who was going to join us tonight, unable to. Hope he gets to feeling better and can join us again very soon. 5:19 to play here in the second quarter. Right in front of the Cleveland bench is Garrett Giles, who will inbound it to Watson. Watson, top of the key, is going to drive left side. Thought about laying it up. Instead, is going to pass it out to Cooper. Can he hit his third of the quarter? He can't, but he does get his own rebound. Kids, that's why you follow your shot. He passes it back out to Watson, but the pass is tipped away by Zakai Williams, the 5'10 senior. Some of his first action, I think, tonight. Again, Giles out there with Williams, Green, Taubenheim, and Watson. Momentary stoppage as Williams tied his shoe, and we're back underway here. Giles inbounds up top to Green. Cooper Williams back cut. It was there, just an errant pass, and Shamar kind of points to himself as if to say, my bad, and he's right, because if that pass was a little bit more on target, it wasn't bad, but just a little bit in front of Cooper. If it's on target, it's an easy layup. As it is, though, Cleveland has the ball. Blue Raiders trailing Oak Ridge 26-17, 4:49 to go in the second quarter. Westfield's shot was blocked, and it was partially tipped, it looked like. Oak Ridge gets the rebound, and Westfield then kind of just truck-sticked and bowled over Shamar Green. Shamar Green has been everywhere on the boards tonight. Really seems like he's gotten more aggressive, maybe a little stronger since last year. As Cooper Williams is going to get a well-deserved breather, and in will come another big man. It's just an onslaught of big men when you play Oak Ridge. Here comes, again, a Division I athlete in his own right on the football field. Malik Howard, just a sophomore, already with offers from UT and other high major schools. Here comes Howard, right on time, on cue. His shot's no good. Shamar battling for the rebound, and Cleveland comes out of there with it. 4:28 to play before halftime. Cleveland's going to launch a three, long three, right elbow. That long three is missed long. Green with the rebound. Here comes Watson. Watson sizes man up. He's going to be double teamed, and he just dribbles out of it. Somebody's got to be wide open. I'll tell you who's open, Raekwon Watson. Somehow he dribbles out of the double team and goes all the way to the hoop and scores. Then on the other end, Shamar Green comes up with a steal off an errant pass from Cleveland, and here comes Watson again for Oak Ridge. Watson stops, pops a three, in and out, no good. Green with the rebound, he puts it back up, no good. Green padding his stats underneath, another rebound, another finish. Shamar Green starring here on a Tuesday night in the Secret City. 3:42 to play in the second quarter. Cleveland trying to respond. A three, long, no good, clanged it. Here's Taubenheim with the rebound. Nobody's in front of him. He's going to Euro step towards the rim. Kicks it out to Giles. Three is good. It's raining threes here, and Coach Tucker for Cleveland has no answer. Ethan James and Cooper Williams, after a short blow for Williams, will come back into the game with the next dead ball. Cleveland needing desperately, scratching, clawing, trying to get any resemblance of offense here. Can they? They're going to find an open three. Will they hit it? They won't. Rebound goes to Watson. Does Oak Ridge have numbers? They do if they'd like to push. Why not? Raekwon pushes. Up to Howard. Good! Cleveland has seen enough, and I love what I'm seeing. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have second quarter action from Wildcat Arena. Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena. Alex Myers alongside Titus Fetters doing camera work for us. David Clary executively producing. Mark and Shauna Haste have the night off. And Grayson Brown doing groundwork for us. It was 34-17 was the score at halftime of the Lady Wildcats game. That was a blowout pretty much start to finish. This was a pretty good game early on in the first quarter. It was 15-15 after the first 8 minutes of play. But as we've gone through the second quarter here, 5 minutes and 20 seconds in, Oak Ridge has blown out a 35-17 lead. Here's a steal from Watson. Make that lead bigger. 20 points for the Wildcats. They're up 37-17. The crowd feels the momentum. Cleveland has no answers. Moylan trying to find somebody. There's nobody open. He's going against James and Williams. His shot off the mark. No good. Strong rebound by Garrett Giles. He can dribble or pass ahead. He passes ahead. Here's Malik Howard, a three, off the mark, no good, and Ndegwu comes out of there with it. Ndegwu is an impressive athlete in the first quarter, been rather quiet here in the second. He's going to drive, kick out to the bench. Did anybody hit it? They're going to say a Wildcat hit it. Probably in that vicinity was Garrett Giles or Malik Howard. Howard thought it was Oak Ridge ball. A lot of people did, but they're going to say it was off of Oak Ridge, so Cleveland will retain possession in the front court. Just in front of Brian Leffler, the Oak Ridge trainer on the Oak Ridge bench. That's where they'll inbound it to. They do get it in to McGuire Evans, the 6'2" senior, sizing up Giles. He picks up his dribble and passes it to another senior, Andrew Moylan. Moylan, right side. Good ball handler, but not scored a whole bunch tonight. Of course, nobody for Cleveland has scored a whole bunch, and there's a cheap foul picked up by Garrett Giles. That'll be his third. And just like that, Garrett Giles is going to have to come out. That's his third of the ball game. Oak Ridge's first of the quarter. Pretty clean quarter played for both teams. Well, at least on the fouls. Cleveland's turned the ball over, but each team only with one foul. With 1:47 is all that's on the clock here in the second quarter. Raekwon Watson guarding his man tightly. Moylan doesn't know what to do with it. Here's what you'll do with it. You'll turn it over. Watson, right corner. He's got a teammate. That's James. Back to Watson. Watson wants to get it inside. Looks to Williams. No, he's going to fire it. Drains the three. Raekwon Watson gives Oak Ridge a 23-point lead with 1:23 to go before half. Moylan back the other way. Runs James off a screen. James goes under the screens and stays with them. Inside it goes. Reinhold. Inside, they tried to get it to go to the 6'5" Abe Reinhold, but now he goes back out to the wing. Cooper Williams guarding inside. Skip pass across to the left elbow, and it's Ndegwu with a minute to go here in the half. Raekwon Watson all up in his face. Coach Green barking out instructions. Ethan James, Raekwon Watson, double team. Here's Ndegwu. His shot is up, and it's blocked. Cooper Williams with another tip, and Raekwon Watson comes out of there with the ball. 41 seconds to play. Will Oak Ridge hold for the last shot? Up 40-17. It looks like they will. Raekwon Watson, the count is not on. No, they're going to ISO Cooper down low. The big man turns, spins, passes to Shamar, but it was tipped out of bounds, I think, by Moylan. So Oak Ridge will retain possession. 29.6 seconds to go before half. Wildcats with the ball inbounding underneath the Cleveland Blue Raider goal. Watson gives it to Green. Green, free throw line, going to hand off to Raekwon Watson. 24 seconds to go. Raekwon starting this thing, going to run off the screen. Going to hesitate, dribble, right side, up top to James. James hesitated, thought about it three. Instead, is going to kick it off to Green, Shamar Green. A nice touch and a nice finish. 42-17, a 25-point lead. Can the Wildcats take it into half? They'll try. Cleveland's going to try to answer. They will not. They got a nice tip in off the rebound, but they didn't get it to go. And Malik Howard pulls the rebound down, and that's how the half will end, 42-17, the Wildcats amidst a rout. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, hopefully we'll have some stats, and we'll have some more to chat about here from the Wildcat Arena. Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena as we get ready for the second half. Oak Ridge leading 42-17. The starting five back in there for the Wildcats. Shamar Green, Raekwon Watson, Cooper Williams, Charlie Taubenheim, and Garrett Giles. Cleveland will be working left to right, and the Wildcats, they will start this game on this possession on defense. But when they get the ball back, they'll be going right to left, working and shooting towards the student section. Cleveland inbounds it. Moylan has it on the left elbow. Try to get it to Reinhold. Cooper Williams playing excellent defense, fronting the post, not allowing that pass to get in. Indego gives it left side, long three, good. Certainly not afraid to shoot from range. McGuire Evans, the senior, 6'2" guard, gets that one to drop. These guys don't maybe look as tall as they're listed, but I think when you compare them to Oak Ridge's lineup, going 4 guys 6'4" and above on the floor just about at all times, it makes everybody look small just about. Cooper Williams misses the first shot inside but gets his own rebound, pads his stats, and gets the second shot to fall. Both teams with an early bucket here in the second half. Reinhold pushes off. The official catches it. That's a great call. I'm kind of surprised they made it because it wasn't super egregious, but it certainly was what he did. He shoved Cooper off, forced Cooper backwards to create some space, and most of the time, honestly, they don't call that one, but they did that time. I appreciate that call. As a lover of defense, I appreciate that call going against the offense. Charlie Taubenheim with it on the other side. Watson, free throw line jumper, sinks it. 46-20, biggest lead of the night for the Wildcats, 26 with 6:43 to go in the third. Indegu, that's just a fun name to say. Gives it over to Tim Matthews at 6'5", facing Shamar Green. The athleticism of this Oak Ridge team being able to guard the perimeter with the 6'5" post player who's guarding a 6'5" guard. And they're not really able to take advantage of it because Green is a nice defender, even that far away from the rim. Reinhold, long on the 2-point attempt. Here comes Green the other way. Nicely avoids a charge with some nice footwork and a sidestep dribble. And Cleveland ends up fouling him. And Shamar Green will go to the line for 2. I'm not sure he's listening, but a big Wildcat fan who no longer lives in the area, Austin Wang, former homecoming king of 2012, my graduating class. Wish him a happy belated birthday. His birthday was yesterday. As Shamar Green's first free throw was no good. Austin texting me, many of you may remember him. Always around the sporting events. He's excited for the Tennessee game this Saturday, as many of us are. Here's a second free throw from Shamar Green. No good, but the rebound goes to Giles, who puts it up and lays it in. 48-20. This game was tied 15-15 at one point. A 33-5 run for the Wildcats. It was 22-2 at one point was the run. Here comes Thomas, guarded by Green. Guarded incredibly. Green forces the miss. Up the court it goes. Giles walks with it. Yep. He doesn't like the call, but that's the right call. Again, not real egregious, but this official right here, he's calling it by the books. And he's been pretty consistent, I think, all night. If you compare this to my comments from a week ago on that particular crew, I'm borderline fanboying over the officials tonight. They've just been really consistent for both teams, both games, and I like it. Quick bucket from Cleveland from Reinhardt, and here comes this long cross-court pass to Giles, short on the 3, no good, and Cleveland comes out of there with the rebound. Here it comes front court to Thomas, hesitates at the 3-point line, spins past Taubenheim, puts a bucket in and out, no good. Tough shot there. Rebound goes to Watson, who throws a down court pass lob. It's stolen away, and here comes Cleveland. Thomas, right side into Reinhold, and it's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Garrett Giles. A little bit of a whirling dervish possession and a half or so there for the Wildcats. Cleveland ball underneath the Oak Ridge basket. Again, Cooper Williams with about an 8-inch height advantage over the man throwing in the inbound. They, like Oak Ridge, having their shorter point guard throw the ball in. There's nothing there. He has to call timeout. We'll take one with him. It's a full or 30. We'll see. Full timeout. We'll take a 60-second timeout, and we'll come back after this. Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge in command against Cleveland High School. The Blue Raiders trail Oak Ridge 48-22 with 5:03 left in the third. Daegu will throw in for Cleveland. He throws in. It's an errant pass. Nobody's there except for Raekwon Watson. He's leading the break now. Behind the back dribble. Raekwon's three was short in transition. Thought he could have pushed that one a little further, but he decided to take the pull-up three, and it was off the mark. Here comes Cleveland back the other way. Moylan triple teamed. Tries to pass it out. It's batted away, and then Cleveland does somehow get it back. Reinhold, the stop up. Chop. Stop. Pop. Jumper. Good. About a step inside the free throw line. As here comes a member of the Oak Ridge soccer team. Congratulations to David Urbanowitz, who made the Oak Ridge soccer team. I'm sure that was expected from you, but congratulations, buddy. A camera crew member from Prep Radio as Charlie Tobenheim hits a three. What are your thoughts, David, on this game so far?
It's been a pretty good game. We're kind of beating them pretty badly right now. It's been pretty interesting. I'm hoping to see a dunk.
You and Titus both. As the rebound off the Cleveland miss goes to Green. He gives it to Watson. Watson inside to Cooper. Layup good. Under 4 minutes to play in the third. Oak Ridge past the 50-point mark. They're up by 29. 53-24 the lead. Daegu with it, sizing up the Oak Ridge defense and Raekwon Watson. Raekwon staying with them tightly. He nearly walked and he turns the ball over. That's a couple of times tonight, and Daegu has just slipped and fallen. Not sure if his tread on his shoes is just losing traction or what, but either way, Oak Ridge will take it as it's a turnover. A couple substitutions for each team. Oak Ridge into the ballgame right now for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge and Coach Green have Ethan James, Cooper Williams, Garrett Giles, Malik Howard, and Dallin James. Nice to see Dallin in there alongside his brother. Here's a three from Giles. Off the mark, no good, and Thomas comes out of there with it for Cleveland. Racing down, trying to outrun Malik Howard. He does, passes to a teammate, and that's a two-point layup from Gabe Krebs. Quickly back the other way, here comes Ethan James. Lost the handle for a moment, regains it, passes it up to Howard. Howard makes a man miss. Little floater in the lane, good. Athletic play from the big fella. And Oak Ridge's lead back up to 29, 55-26. 3 minutes to go, 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the third. A steal from Dallin James. James and a pass left side, Giles. Is this the dunk? It is! Garrett Giles throws it down, and the Wildcats lead by 31. David, you got what you asked for.
I called it.
Titus, what did you think about that one?
Heck yeah, that was sick.
And well, hopefully our ground crew got that one. A three-point shot the other way, and they answer it from Reinhold. Here comes Dallin James. Started that break last time. Here he gets a nice intro pass inside to Cooper Williams, who gets his shot blocked. He then bobbled it and then lost it out of bounds. So Cleveland with a nice defensive play after the ball got inside. They'll get possession. 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Oak Ridge leading 57-28. Moylan back the other way, a left-handed layup off the glass, good for Cleveland. Moylan, a quick player. I think the size might have been an issue for most of the night for him tonight. Oak Ridge's defense has kind of made things tough on him. Of course, they make things tough on most any player. Here's Ethan James, a little stop and floater is no good. Here comes Thomas back the other way for the Blue Raiders. Thomas inside the lane, stops, picks up his dribble. Dallin James, nice defense, forces a miss, and Cooper Williams comes out of there with the rebound. Gets it up to James. He passes to his brother Ethan. Ethan James slips, falls, no call. Bodies all over the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. 3-4 bodies on the floor. No fouls for either team apparently, and I guess the floor is getting slick. I'm not sure. And as Coach Green tosses the towel again towards Malik Howard. We don't have a really big towels. They're kind of hand towels, but we're out there trying to scrub the floor, get the moisture off where so many bodies have been playing. It's also a little bit warmer and more moist than it normally is outside, so perhaps that's causing some of the issues. 57-30 the score. Oak Ridge in the lead, a commanding lead with 1:41 seconds left here in the third quarter. We want to appreciate you joining our broadcast. We'd like to thank our sponsors. We'll do that momentarily. Without them, we wouldn't be able to bring these games to you throughout the basketball season. Inbounds goes to Watson in the front court. Watson looking inside to Cooper Williams. Cooper wrapped up momentarily. His shot was blocked, but the foul's going to be called on Cleveland's Gabe Krebs. I kind of agree with Cleveland. I don't think he really got him on the block. He got him before the shot. He wrapped him up, but they didn't call that, and so by the time they called the foul, the official was kind of behind the play. Maybe he saw something I didn't, but we'd like to thank our sponsors, as the first free throw from Williams is no good, second one pending. Laura Lynn Green with State Farm Insurance, Tin Bank of Oak Ridge, Mike Kelly with Betsy Coleman Realty, Summit Medical Group, Bob's Wash and Fold Laundry, the Knoxville Orthopedic Clinic of Oak Ridge, the Oak Ridge Utility District, the Fox Insurance Group, Ronnie and Becky Hayes, and the ORHS class of 1989. Williams does make the second. He then comes out. Malik Howard, Raekwon Watson, Dallin James, Ethan James, and Shamar Green into the ballgame for Oak Ridge. Cleveland races across the midcourt stripes and then puts on the e-brake, slows things down, and let's see what Moreland wants to do. He needs to pass this ball. He finally does. He gets it inside. One-on-one against James, and Ethan James fouls. Dallin James was playing pretty good defense, but his brother Ethan James came over to try to double team and sneak a steal. He fouled him, and unfortunately, as he was swiping for the ball, Gabe Krebs was going up for the shot, and he turns and makes the short jump shot and goes to the free throw line for a chance at an and one. He misses it, but here comes the rebound from Cleveland. A long three, sinks it. McGuire Evans, if you give him some space, he's shown the ability to make it. Long pass lob down court to Shamar Green on the break, and it was batted out of bounds by Reinhold. Oak Ridge will retain possession underneath the Blue Raider basket. 1 minute and 8 seconds to go in the third. Oak Ridge leading 58-35. The lead has been cut to 23 as quickly off the inbound it's extended to 25 as Raekwon Watson runs off a screen and gets a wide open layup underneath. Thomas running point as he has for a large part of the night here for Cleveland. He gets inside, driving against Shamar Green, in and out, no good. Krebs gets the rebound and he's swiped away as he was going to go up for the shot. Nice quick hands by Ethan James, swipes that ball out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession, but they don't get the layup as they were about to get. 50 seconds on the clock. Here's Cleveland. They get it inside to Thomas. Thomas's shot, good. Lead cut to 23. Oak Ridge inbounds it. Raekwon Watson up to James. Ethan James thought about a three, hesitates, picks over to Dallin James. Long on the three, no good. Thomas comes out of there with the rebound. Thomas up to his teammate, which might have got away with an extra step or two. Back to Thomas in the right corner. Thomas drives, runs, turns, shot no good. Dallin James with the rebound. Give the assist on the rebound to Shamar Green. James, right side to Watson. Watson inside to Howard. Howard through some contact, layup, no good. Rebound to Cleveland. 12 seconds on the clock. 11, 10, 9. Bring it up the court for Cleveland is McGuire Evans. They're going to set a screen for him at the top of the key. 4 seconds, 3. Thomas fumbles the ball. It goes out of bounds. And with 1.1 seconds left on the clock in the third, Oak Ridge will have a chance. Malik Howard inbounding. Raekwon Watson in the backcourt. Will they throw it to him or will they try to throw it up court? They will. They're going to throw it into Shamar Green. 3-point line, turns around, short on the jump shot. It was a nice play design. It was there, just a little bit short. 60-second timeout. When we come back, we'll start the fourth quarter at 60-37. Oak Ridge leads Cleveland. We're back to Oak Ridge High School, where the Wildcats hold a 60-37 lead over the Cleveland High School Blue Raiders. Cleveland gets the ball to start the fourth. In a big-time deficit here. They're going to just fire a three. Why not? That one's off the mark, no good. And they call a push on Cooper Williams as his back was towards the player, arms stretched straight to the sky, grabbing the rebound. That is a terrible call. He's not hooking, sir. His hands were straight up. Regardless, we'll play on, and Cleveland throws the ball inbound. Thomas has it against Taubenheim. Nice crossover move, goes inside, and he walks. Harold's there to save the day. He calls the walk. Thomas not happy with the call, and I am, as an Oak Ridge fan. Charlie Taubenheim gets the inbound, gives it right back to Watson, who brings it across the midcourt stripe. Watson into the front court. Up top it goes with Cooper Williams. He's got the space to shoot a three, but that's not the play, so he'll give it over on the side. Inbound to Watson. Watson posting up tonight as gets it to Taubenheim up top. In and out, no good, but Cooper Williams has the rebound. His shot, no good. He gets his own rebound. In the right corner, Williams is going to fire left side to Watson. Watson thought about a three. Inside, gets it into Taubenheim. Taubenheim gets the layup. Good. Unselfish basketball. Pretty passing by the Wildcats, and it extends their lead back out to 25. 62-37 the score, 6:35 to go in the fourth and final quarter of play. 6:50 to play in the fourth and final quarter. Blue Raiders working the ball around. Thomas with it. He's kind of stalled out. He's going to ask for a screen. He's going to get one. Wasn't a very good screen. Shamar Green stayed with him the whole time. This guy is bound and determined to score on Shamar Green. Shamar won't let him. He's going to have to pass it. He does, and he finds Gabe Kreps, and Kreps scores underneath. Raekwon Watson back the other way for the Wildcats. Gives it over to Taubenheim. Taubenheim faked a shot, instead throws it into Cooper Williams, who is wrapped up by Thomas. I think Thomas just kind of realized he was lost on the play and kind of wrapped him up to avoid the easy basket. So Cooper doesn't get it, but the Wildcats will retain possession. Garrett Giles will throw it in. Nope, they say Raekwon throws it in. He's going to lob one inside of the free throw line to Green. Green passes it right back to Watson. Watson open three, good. Good offense from Oak Ridge, and quite frankly, not very good defense from Cleveland. They're just not guarding Oak Ridge close enough right now. Nice pass inside the other way, and Kreps gets another free throw, or layup, excuse me. So Cleveland's starting to have a little bit of success on offense, but defensively, just still not playing like they need to against this tough Wildcat offense. Giles, easy bucket underneath. Wildcats are getting into the lane and getting wide open threes. In the modern day game of basketball, layups and threes, that's the way to go, and that's what Oak Ridge has gotten a lot of tonight. Cleveland in the front court, going to lob it into Kreps, and he can't hold on, but they're going to get Cooper Williams with the hold, and I think that's probably a good call. Again, this call, a lot of the calls tonight, they're not egregious, so people don't like them, but I think there was a little bit of a hold there. So Cleveland will keep possession underneath instead of the ball going out of bounds. Is it a 5-second? No. It was about to be, but Cleveland's Coach Tucker wants a timeout. We'll take one with them in 60 seconds. We'll come back and wrap this thing up. Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena. Some other football players upset, it sounds like, as it looks like TJ Hibben just won some free Chick-fil-A. So congratulations to our buddy TJ Hibben, a senior football player for the Wildcats. Some other football players, I think maybe they're hungry too, including one member of that student section Caleb Riker. Caleb, a member of the Prep Radio crew. Half the Prep Radio crew is with us tonight up here in the booth. Caleb has stayed down in the student section. We appreciate all he does for us. Back to the game now. The inbound pass is deflected away, and Raekwon Watson comes up with a steal, passes it to Green. Green going to go in for a layup? No, he passes it back to Raekwon. Raekwon, top of the key, going to set up the offense. Coach Green says, let's get some motion, and that's what the Wildcats will do. Raekwon taking the ball to the hole, going to pass it inside to Green. It was off his foot. Green retains it, kicks it back to Charlie. Wide open three, short, no good. Green with the rebound, hesitates, lets the men go past him, trying to block his shot. And after they go down, he goes up, and the ball goes down through the basket. 69-41, big lead for the Wildcats here with 4:56 to go in the final quarter. Thomas sizing up Green. A lot of dribble in the basketball from Thomas. He's going to try to hesitate and then loses the ball. He's just dribbling the ball, air out of the ball right now. He needs to pass the ball. Here's a pass. Here's a dunk. Garrett Giles, alley-oop. Assist to Raekwon. Finish to Garrett. 4:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Cleveland coming back the other way. Moylan, stop and pop jumper, nestles it in. Nice little finish there from Andrew Moylan, the senior for the Blue Raiders, still showing a lot of fight. Is he and the rest of this lineup? Left side it goes in the front court to Williams, who gives it to the left elbow to Taubenheim. Taubenheim lobs it back on the give and go, and Cooper's fouled as he was going up for a layup. Fist pump from Cooper, I think to acknowledge the pass from Charlie and say, hey, chance for 2 more points from the free throw line to a guy who's typically a pretty good free throw shooter in Cooper Williams. Soft touch for a big man. A lot of times taller post players just don't have the touch at the free throw line. Cooper, that's not the case for him. First free throw, up and good. Cooper in there alongside Garrett Giles, Raekwon Watson, Charlie Taubenheim, and Shamar Green. Green goes out. Ethan James comes back in. So the Wildcats get a little smaller here. Taubenheim comes out. Now at a late substitution, in comes Malik Howard. 5 players in double figures now for the Wildcats. Williams to the line for his second. Up and good. 73-43. Wildcat lead extended. 4:07 to play in the ball game. Cleveland with the ball. It will be Moylan sizing up Ethan James. Going to try to run him off the screen to no avail. James stays with him. Nice hedge help that time from Cooper Williams. Cleveland, Thomas sizing up Giles now on the right wing. Having a little bit of trouble with the ball here as he's going to try to dribble move. Finally gets past a couple defenders. Stop, pop, in and out, no good. He's had a lot of those that look good. Just can't get him to fall. He's had some tough breaks. And the Wildcats get the rebound. Raekwon Watson, an excellent rebounder for his size. Going to pass it to Giles. Straightaway 3, no good. Cooper Williams, nobody's down there to get the rebound, so he puts it in, and good. That's one of those Wildcats that's in double figures. Cooper Williams, one of the leading scorers tonight, one of the leaders, the senior for this basketball team. Here's a quick 3 on the other end, and that's good. McGuire Evans, the senior, done a lot of nice things offensively for Cleveland. Garrett Giles is going to be bumped on his way to the rim, and before the shot, he was fouled. They're going to call a blocking foul. Cooper, that put him at 20 points tonight. Thank you, David Clary, who's keeping stats and executively producing this. Trying to give him a night off, but we won't let him get the night fully off as we're still putting him to work. In the ball game now, Dallin James, Ethan James, Malik Howard into the first time into the ball game all night. A couple of Wildcats, Eli Peters, a freshman, and number 20. Forgive me, we don't have his name right now. Hopefully we'll be able to get that momentarily. David, maybe you can send me that. We don't have a 20 on the roster. Guesses it's a guy that plays some JV who's gotten called up. Here's Eli Peters, 3. Good. Eli Peters, cold-blooded, straight off the bench. He's not warmed up, but it doesn't matter. He gets it to go. Student section now chanting for the last player that hasn't left the bench for Oak Ridge, not named Jarrell Jimerson, who's not playing tonight. And it took 3 players as the Cleveland shot was awry. It got jammed. Dallin James tried to go up and grab it, couldn't. Malik Howard couldn't, but Ethan James finally gets it. A 5-man hockey-style line substitution incoming from Cleveland. They get 5 new players in, including a couple that haven't played yet tonight. And so both coaches kind of seceding this ball game and saying, let's just let the young guys get some experience. Oak Ridge still wants to run some offense, though. Number 23 coming in, as well as number 10. We don't have their names on the roster. Again, these are young guys. As Cleveland, shot was missed from Oak Ridge. Here comes Cleveland. Free throw line. Here comes a pass to the right side for Cleveland. Shot in and out, no good, but he gets his own rebound. Shot back up, no good. Another rebound from Devin Armstrong, the junior, and he finally gets the ball to go. And back the other way come the Wildcats. Ethan James, top of the key, gets a screen from Malik Howard. James, little 15-foot pull-up, in and out, no good. Battling for the rebound was Peters, and they're going to say it actually was last touched by Cleveland. So Josh Amos into the ball game, along with Brad Nesso. And Luis Soria is the other Wildcat that recently checked in for Oak Ridge. Brad Mezzo in there, as we mentioned again. Dallin James gets the ball, takes it to the hole, and he's going to be fouled. It's a shooting foul. So Dallin will go to the line for 2. Chance to get his name in the scoring book tonight. When I played, my best chance was to try to just commit a quick foul. Just so officially, it was marked that I did get in. Here Dallin does something better than that. He gets on the board scoring. He gets the first of 2 free throws to go. 79-48. Can we get to 80? We will. Dallin James, 2 for 2 at the free throw line. I've been impressed with him. I haven't seen him play a ton of minutes, but tonight he's played a little bit more, and he's played well from what I've seen. Cleveland back the other way, and Amos tips it away. Nice play by Josh Amos. A 5'9", 155-pound sophomore guard. Looks like he'd be pretty quick at smaller kind of guard. Playing nice defense here. Shot up and good, right over his head. It's a tough shot. Here comes Amos back the other way, trying to navigate through some backcourt pressure. He does just that. He gets it to Dallin James. James driving, up and under layup, no good. And Cleveland has the rebound. They're going to push up court, layup, no good. Where's the rebound? It's off of, they're going to say off of Peters. I don't think that was the case, but at this point, why argue? Minute and 18 left to go. Oak Ridge up 80-50. Trying to close this out. It'll be a 2-game sweep tonight. No JV game. The girls won. And the guys are on their way to a win as well. Peters underneath, fouls before the shot. That one I do agree with. Again, Brad Mesdo, Eli Peters, Dallin James. As Cleveland gets a 3, I'm trying to get the names in here again. The 5 on the floor right now. Luis Soria, Brad Mesdo. Also, Josh Amos, Eli Peters, and Dallin James. James gets the inbound pass from Peters. James back to Peters. Peters brings it across half court, back to James. Left side, Soria. He's going to launch a 3. In and out, no good. Peters with a nice rebound. Peters tries to get it stripped. It does finally get stripped. And here comes Cleveland. They're going to lay the ball up and good. Oak Ridge wanted to get Soria that 3. They got him a good look, just unable to fall. Lead cut to 25, 41 seconds to play. And Oak Ridge turns the ball over. A little bit of confusion. 38.3 seconds left in the game. Cleveland with the ball. They're going to think a 3. They're going to take a 3, and they're going to sink a 3. Nice shot from Braden Beavers, the junior. Here comes Dallin James. Layup, no good. And Cleveland back the other way, and he walked with it. So with 15.3 seconds to play, Oak Ridge is going to get a chance if they want to take another shot. My guess is they won't take another one. Cleveland's still putting some pressure on, so when you got some young guys, maybe somebody will take a shot. Amos thinks about it. He's going to drive. Kicks left. Sorios thought about a three and said he's going to drive. Take some contact. Mesdo, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Put it up, buddy. He puts it up. No good. They wanted him to take it. Brad Mesdos nearly made that shot. The crowd would have erupted. As it is, the Wildcats with a runaway victory. 80-58 the final score from Wildcat Arena. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout. When we come back, David Clary will have your stats, and we'll have an interview with Coach Aaron Green.